Hi, Mr. Bodell here, Bodell's Comfort Footwear. And to preface my remarks, I don't normally do this, but get into politics. I'm not trying to make this a political thing, it's apolitical, okay? And I'm looking at, in the state of California, we have a proposition number 15 that's coming up on the ballot. And how it describes itself is that they're going to put commercial property, they're going to take it and extract it out of Prop 13 and make it on market value. Okay, now what that's going to do is going to increase the taxes for any kind of commercial property, whether it be warehouses, retail stores, those kinds of things. Now landlords, or commercial property owners, I should say, are not going to absorb those costs. They're going to pass those costs down to the small businesses. Now we're not talking about the big box stores like the Targets and the Walmarts and places like that. They can spread that cost throughout their retail chain. But for the small businesses like myself, and there's thousands of us throughout California, and believe it or it crosses all ethnic boundaries. Okay, we're not just talking about some old white guy here, all right? We're talking about small businesses in general. That increase in cost of taxation is going to trickle down to us. We're going to ultimately have to pay that. Now what us as small business owners are going to have to do is make a decision. If we can absorb the extra costs, and two, do we have to pass it on to the consumer? Now, we're competing also with the online stores. They're not going to have any issues with this problem because they're out of state. So they're not going to deal with these extra costs. So what I'm trying to say to you is that we're throwing money. Okay, let me just back up for a second. The definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing and expect different results. We have funded schools through the lottery system, the sales tax increases, and yet for some reason it's not enough money for them. And I think the answer to that, and this also crosses ethnic boundaries, is to allow school choice. If you look throughout the last year or two, polls have been taken on all forms of school choice. There's every ethnic group favors that. The parents want to choose their schools. So if you have underperforming schools in neighborhoods that are having issues with their school system, you should be able to take your child out of there and take that funding as well as that child to a school that's performing well. You should have that choice, okay? Now, they're going to talk about, the teachers are going to may scream about this. My oldest daughter is a high school algebra teacher and geometry teacher. But what she's telling me is that the good teachers will find positions. It's the bad teachers that are going to have the issues of trying to find a position in another school. So for example, you have an underperforming school in a particular city or area. Let's say you have 100 students in that school, 20 of them leave and they go to different schools. Those 20 students, you have reduced class sizes now, so these teachers in that particular school can operate more efficiently with the student population decreased in their classes. And the students that are going to the schools that the parents choose are now going to get the education that the parents want them to have. So it's all about the student right now. It's about the child. And so what I'm trying to explain to you is that this is not the solution, putting more money out there. There's enough money out there. It's just the way it's being spent. And I would tell you, I would implore you, check it out. I'm telling you that these landlords are not going to absorb these costs. It's going to be passed down to the small businesses. That is going to be, we're already dealing with this COVID, okay? We were closed for 3 months, for example. I'm sure a lot of my cohorts in small business ownership are having the same issues of trying to scratch and claw their way back and just trying to hang on by a thread right now. People are just not coming in the stores. And I'm just explaining to you it's another extra added cost and burden on the small business. There's got to be a different way. I don't know why we can't sit down and figure out a better way than just to tax the commercial property that's going to be passed down to us, small business owners. I appreciate you listening and watching, and I'm just talking about this one proposition. Okay, that's it. It's going to affect us, and it's going to hurt us badly. And I can tell you, small business, this is your middle class right here. You lose small business, your middle class is just going to shrink even more. And thank you.